I was crouched under the shower that night, wrench in hand, finishing the last turn on a stubborn joint. The water sprayed warm across my forearm, hissing against the tiles. That's when the door burst open. She swept in, perfume hitting me first, strong, almost choking. Her dress clinging to her skin as if it had been painted on. Her cheeks were too red. Her breath too sharp for the few glasses of wine she claimed to have had. I told her I needed to shower immediately, but instead of stepping aside, she shoved past me with a force that startled me. And then she stripped. The dress slid to the floor and I froze. Fresh bruises scattered across her thighs, scratches still angry and red, and a distinct bite mark. A mark I didn't put there. Curved into her skin like an artist's signature. My chest collapsed inward, my jaw clenched until it ached. I felt my world shrink to a tunnel. I said nothing. Not a word. This was the woman I had built my life around. The one I trusted above anyone else. We had years together, dinners with soft laughter, quiet mornings where she was the first thing I saw and the last thing I heard at night. She used to be my anchor, my calm. I built walls around us and called them home. I had ignored the hairline cracks I'd noticed weeks earlier. The late nights, the sudden silences at dinner, the faint trace of cologne on her hair that wasn't mine. I told myself I was imagining things, that trust mattered more than doubt. But that night, in that bathroom, all illusions died. She caught me staring at the marks too long. I saw panic flash in her eyes before it hardened into defiance. Her gaze dared me to ask, to accuse. I didn't. I simply nodded, stepped out of the room, and left her standing there. She thought my silence was submission. It wasn't. It was the beginning. Revenge is not rage. Rage is messy. Revenge is deliberate. I became deliberate. I started with small steps. Phone records, bank statements, a quiet monitoring app on her laptop. Every lie she fed me became a breadcrumb leading me back to him. Her coworker. A married man with children. I didn't confront her. I documented everything. Screenshots, receipts, dates, photos. My case was ironclad long before she even suspected I knew. I met with a lawyer quietly, put together an airtight separation plan, unhooked my finances from her so completely that I was a ghost on paper, but still a shadow in the house. 2 months passed. Her birthday came. She wanted a party, friends, wine, a night of laughter to pretend everything was perfect. I gave her exactly that. I curated the guest list, invited him too, knowing his wife would be there because I had already sent her everything. Every file. Every image. Every message. No words. Just truth. The night glowed warm, music playing, glasses clinking. She floated through the crowd, laughing too hard, brushing against him like no one would notice. They thought they were discreet. They weren't. I waited. I waited until the cake was cut, until everyone's eyes were on her, smiling for photos, basking in her perfect little scene. That's when his wife struck. She stepped forward and threw down the stack of printed evidence I had given her. Photos spilled across the floor like snow, like shattered feathers. Pictures of them in hotel rooms, in parked cars, half-dressed, undone. The room went silent. Then came the gasps, the whispers. Her smile cracked first. His face turned ashen. Guests shifted, stunned, the air thick with judgment. I didn't move. I simply stood there, calm, watching the truth rip through the room like a blade. She turned to me, eyes wet, trembling, pleading silently for rescue. You did this, her look begged. I didn't answer. I didn't have to. Everyone knew. His wife screamed at him, voice raw and cutting. He stammered and failed. My wife reached for me, but I pulled away, slow and cold. That single motion cut deeper than any words ever could. Weeks later, she was sitting across the table when the divorce papers landed in front of her. Every asset was locked down, every protection solid. She walked away with the bare minimum, just enough to remind her of what she had lost. His wife gutted him just as efficiently. House gone, custody gone, career bleeding out in public humiliation. In the end, the two of them had only each other. Two wrecked souls clinging to the mess they had made, choking on it. People asked me if it hurt. Yes, it hurt. At first. But regret? Never. Betrayal doesn't deserve a confrontation. It deserves to be erased, burned to the ground. I gave her trust, and she handed me betrayal. I gave it back sharper, colder, and dropped it at her feet in front of everyone she cared about. Now, when I look in the bathroom mirror, I see no guilt, no doubt, only clarity. I learned something that night. Love is fragile, trust is sacred, and revenge, when executed with precision, is art. And art, when it's done right, lasts forever.